Faceless grind, I'm paving my lane. Me 2 times, yeah, we changing the game. Elevate me to you. Vibe is brand new. Built it from scratch, now we teaching you. Hit that sub, let the vision come true. This ain't just content, it's what we do.
Elevators. Welcome to part 4 of the Build Your Brand series. In today's video, we're going to clarify what truly sets your brand apart. If you're building a faceless channel, launching digital products, or trying to attract the right audience, this is the moment where your mission, voice, and values come into focus. We'll walk step by step through your brand mission, your vision, your target audience, brand personality, your core values. Grab your journal or worksheet and let's elevate your clarity together.
There are many courses and tutorials about Canva out there, on Udemy, on YouTube, and many do a good job at explaining what the platform is all about. Very quickly, they show you how to start designing Facebook covers, Instagram quotes, YouTube thumbnails, and all that. Now, this is useful, but I wanted this course to be more connected to your day-to-day reality as a starting entrepreneur or a business owner. So I thought long and hard, how can I make this course more practical, more down to earth, more useful for someone who needs to run a business? And the answer was simple. I would design this course so it helps you design all the visuals your business or your project needs. My goal is that by the end of the course, you will get a series of real-life branded visuals that you can actually use, not some random Facebook covers. And this is how I believe I can deliver the most value to you, by really understanding everything that you need in terms of visuals and then introducing you to a tool, Canva, that will help you design like a pro. And that even if you're not a designer. So this is not just another tutorial about how to use Canva. This is your practical guide on how to come up with all the visual content you need to create a brand that inspires trust and professionalism. Now, that's a lot of work. And for that to happen, we need to start by developing your brand identity. In this section, we are going to make sure that you have clearly defined the 5 key components that tell the world what your brand stands for, aka your brand identity. And that is your mission, your vision, your target audience, your brand personality, and your core values. Use this short section of the course as your checklist to remember the key concepts that make your visual identity.
Let's start with the core of your brand, your mission statement. This is the why behind everything you create. Whether you're selling, teaching, or storytelling, your mission keeps you aligned. Complete this sentence. I help blank so they can blank.
Let's start with your mission. Your mission statement explains in 1 or 2 sentences why your organization exists. It defines who you are and what you do. So if you don't have a mission statement for your business yet, I suggest you pause this video and spend an hour or 2 trying to figure it out. And yes, you heard correctly. I said an hour or 2 because I know how hard it is to come up with the perfect mission statement. It needs to be short, very clear, as in every word counts, memorable, and as meaningful as possible. And if you need a little help, you can use this trusted formula to come up with the mission statement for your business. So this is the formula. I do what, for whom, that results in what. Usually, you will find a company's mission statement very high on its homepage, and most of the time it will be the first thing you'll read.
Now that you've clarified your mission, let's zoom out and define your vision. This is the long-term impact your brand wants to make. It's where you're going and why it matters. What change do you want to see in your audience, industry, or niche 1 to 3 years from now?
Next, you have the vision. Your vision statement tells the world where you want to go. It is the ideal scenario you have imagined for your company, the positive outcome you are trying to achieve, your company's purpose. The biggest benefit of a powerful vision is that it provides a direction and helps your organization prepare for the future. You need to have a clear vision to make the right decisions, create your strategy, decide who are the best people to hire, set your priorities, and focus your efforts in the right place. So make sure you have a clear vision for your organization.
Next, let's talk about WHO you're serving. Your target audience isn't just about age or location, it's about desires, struggles, and shared values. Watch closely and start defining your people. Who needs your content most right now? Think about their pain points, passions, and goals.
Next on our checklist is your target audience. This is where you describe who your customers are and why they need you. In other words, how your products or services solve their problems. Now, I could create an entire section or maybe even an entire course about how to define your target audience, as this is a very broad topic and really is the foundation of any marketing activities. But this is not the place to do so. In this course, I just want to point out that you should know who you are talking to or who you are designing visuals for with your brand. Think of it this way. Who would want to be friends with your brand? Try to get very specific with both the demographics, things like their age, gender, location, income, marital status, occupation, educational level, but also the psychographics and things like what types of Facebook groups are they part of? What problems or pains are they trying to solve? What are they dreaming about? What do they want to achieve in their lives? What would success look like to them? So put yourself in your audience's shoes and try to really understand what makes them tick.
Your brand personality is how your audience feels when they engage with your content. Are you fun, bold, calm, educational? Let's explore your tone and voice in this next part. Pick 3 words that describe your brand's energy. Then drop them in the chat or comment section.
Once you know who you're talking to, you have to define your brand personality. To do so, I suggest you make a list of 5 adjectives that describe your brand. This will set the tone for both visual design, but also writing the copy or the messaging for your brand. Are you exclusive or mainstream? Are you the classic or the rebel? And if you're not sure, ask people who know you and or your project for input and perspective. It can also be helpful to list 5 adjectives of what your brand is not. Using the is not exercise will help you grasp your brand's personality and figure out your voice. That is the way you will communicate with your audience.
And finally, let's lock in your core values. These are your non-negotiables. The beliefs that keep your content and business in alignment. Name one value you want your brand to be known for, whether that's honesty, creativity, freedom, or something else.
And last but not least on our brand identity checklist is the core values your brand stands for. These are simply a list of values you carry deep down, values you want to build your company around. They represent the core principles that will guide you through your decisions and your actions. So make sure to keep a list of these fundamental values somewhere you can find them and see them. Alright, this finishes the lesson, but also the section. And the main takeaway is that before you start designing your brand style guide, you need to figure out the different ingredients that make up your brand's identity. What are the key components of that identity? I really encourage you to take all the time you need to figure out your mission, your vision, your target audience, your brand personality, and the core values you want to put at the heart of your business. Do not skip this important part. And then, and only then, once you have figured all of that out, move on to the next section.
And just like that, you've built the foundation of your brand. You now have a mission that motivates you, a vision that sets your direction, a defined audience to serve, a voice that stands out, and values that guide every decision you make. This is what separates intentional branding from random content. Be sure to download your free Canva worksheets and AI prompt pack using the link in the description. And remember, this is only part 4 of the Build Your Brand series. If you haven't yet, Catch up using the full playlist to stay on track with growth. If please, drop a comment, subscribe and turn on notifications. Part 5 is coming up next, and you won't want to miss it.
Okay, everybody, thank y'all for coming. Don't forget to watch the prior parts that we did for part 1, part 2, and part 3. There is a playlist that is on the page that you can go through each step according to what areas you need to improve on. Also, there's a worksheet in the description that you can download and that can help you along the way. I included some ChatGPT prompts that you can use to help you figure out your mission, your vision, your target audience, your brand voice, and also the core values of your platform. So please download the link, hit the like, hit subscribe, and also turn on your notifications. So this is the end of this live. We're going to keep building, and I'll see you in the next one, part 5. In part 5, we'll be going over editing your photos in Canva, Facebook ads, and also YouTube channel art, like your banners, your logos, and stuff. Okay, well, have a great day, and thank you for coming.
Faceless grind, I'm paving my lane. Me 2 times, yeah, we changing the game. Elevate me to you, Father's brand new. Built it from scratch, now we teaching you. Hit that sub, let the vision come true. This ain't just content, it's what we do.